It only got better. 1, 2, 3, 4. We won all these prizes, and 5 came, and all of us felt that it was winding down.
Power never disappears. It only changes hands. And in the entertainment world, power has always come with a cost. Today, that cost is on full display. One of music's richest moguls, Sean Diddy Combs, has fallen from fame to a federal prison yard. A global superstar, Billie Eilish, is calling out billionaires in their own rooms, and Hollywood's veteran, Alec Baldwin, faces yet another twist in the tragedy that refuses to let him go. This isn't just about scandals or celebrity headlines. It's about how fame turns fragile, how power can collapse overnight, and how the very people who shape our culture are now being forced to face the consequences of their choices. Welcome to the new reality of celebrity accountability, where no one, no matter how rich or famous, gets to hide forever. Diddy, the fall of a music tycoon. Sean Diddy Combs was untouchable, the mogul who turned Bad Boy Records into a hip-hop empire, the man who dined with presidents, partied with supermodels, and controlled a billion-dollar brand. He built an image around luxury, power, and unstoppable success, a living example of the American dream. But now those dreams echo behind prison walls. The world saw the first photographs of Diddy behind bars, dressed in standard prison gear, head shaved, eyes hollow, walking quietly in the prison yard of a federal facility. For the first time, the man who ruled stages and red carpets looked like any other inmate. It was a visual shock and a reminder that even the powerful can fall hard. What's worse is that his story didn't end at sentencing. New allegations have continued to surface, claims of abuse, manipulation, and control that stretch back years. For many, these stories paint a different picture of the man once known for his charm and business genius. Now the conversations aren't about his music or his legacy, but about his victims. The empire he built on influence and intimidation has started to unravel. Business partners have distanced themselves, record deals and brand endorsements gone. Even longtime collaborators have publicly cut ties. Inside prison, Diddy reportedly keeps a low profile, a far cry from the lavish mansion parties that once defined him.
Now what you gonna do with a crew that got money much longer than yours and a team much stronger than yours?
His days now follow a strict routine, early wake-ups, meals at set times, and the quiet hum of reality pressing in. The same man who once commanded arenas now stands in line for food trays. It's the collapse of an empire built on excess, and a harsh reminder of how fast fame can fade when accountability catches up. But while one star is falling,
Can't express what you mean to me, even though you're gone, we still a team. Through your family, I fulfill your dream. In the future, can't wait to see.
another is rising, and she's using her spotlight to challenge the same kind of unchecked wealth and privilege that once protected men like Diddy. Billie Eilish versus the Billionaires. Picture this, a crowded ballroom filled with the richest and most powerful people on earth, CEOs, tech moguls, industry giants. At the center of it all stands Billie Eilish, 23 years old, dressed in her signature oversized outfit, speaking softly but with unmistakable force. And then she says it. If you're a billionaire, why are you a billionaire? The room goes silent. In that single sentence, Billie Eilish does what few dare to do. She confronts extreme wealth in front of the wealthy themselves. Her words are calm but cutting. She points out the absurdity of accumulating endless riches while millions struggle to survive. And then she puts action behind her words, donating millions to charity while directly challenging billionaires to follow her lead. The cameras caught awkward smiles. Among those in attendance were some of the world's most recognizable billionaires, including Mark Zuckerberg. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Eilish has always been a rebel in her own right. But this moment was different. It wasn't about music or fashion or fame. It was about morality and what it means to be human in a system built on inequality. And yet, her message came from within that very system. That's the paradox of modern fame.
You should see me. Watch me one night.
Artists who rise through the machinery of wealth, but then turn to challenge it. It's easy to dismiss celebrity activism as performance, but Billie's history suggests otherwise. She's never been interested in glamour for its own sake. She's always been about honesty, discomfort, and truth. Her challenge to billionaires wasn't just a statement, it was a cultural mirror, one reflecting how disconnected extreme wealth has become from the world most people live in. The reaction online was explosive. Some praised her courage, others mocked her hypocrisy. But regardless of opinion, one thing was clear. People were listening, because deep down, everyone knows something's broken. The divide between rich and poor, powerful and powerless, has never been wider, and it's only when voices from inside the system speak up that the conversation becomes impossible to ignore. But while Billie's words questioned power, another story, darker and more tragic, reminded the world what happens when power, responsibility, and recklessness collide. Alec Baldwin, the lawsuit that won't die. The Rust shooting wasn't just a tragedy. It became a symbol of carelessness, of blurred responsibility, and of Hollywood's dangerous obsession with speed and cost-cutting. When Alec Baldwin accidentally fired the shot that killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins, the world was stunned. It was supposed to be a controlled movie set, a make-believe Western scene. Instead, it became a crime scene, and Baldwin's life would never be the same. What followed was a legal maze that stretched across years. Criminal charges were filed, dropped, and revived. Lawsuits piled up from every angle. Producers, crew members, and the victim's family. And through it all, Baldwin maintained his innocence, claiming he never pulled the trigger intentionally.
I didn't get to see it, yeah.
You get everybody from the cast of The Godfather. Diane Keaton, Jimmy Caan, Coppola, who did most of the kind of speaking about the film, De Niro, Pacino.
But recently, the legal tables turned again. His latest lawsuit, claiming malicious prosecution, was dismissed. For Baldwin, that meant another blow in a series of relentless legal battles. Even though some criminal charges were dropped earlier, the civil cases keep coming, each one peeling back another layer of Hollywood's culture of negligence. Behind the headlines, there's a man who once represented classic American fame, charismatic, confident, always in control. Now he's become the face of a debate that Hollywood doesn't want to have. Who's truly responsible when a set turns deadly? Is it the actor holding the gun, the producers who cut corners, the armorer who failed to check a weapon? In the end, the law doesn't move by emotion, it moves by evidence. But public opinion? That's something Baldwin will never fully escape. Every interview, every court appearance, every new filing, it all reopens the wound. And for the Hutchins family, justice still feels unfinished. It's not just a story about a bullet. It's a story about an industry that forgot safety in pursuit of spectacle. And now it's paying the price through lawsuits, lost trust, and a legacy forever marked by tragedy. The bigger picture, fame under fire. 3 stories, 3 worlds, but one message. Diddy's downfall shows what happens when power goes unchecked. Billie Eilish's defiance shows what happens when the new generation refuses to stay silent. And Alec Baldwin's tragedy shows the price of negligence when fame collides with real life. Together, they represent a shift, a cultural reckoning where fame is no longer a shield. For decades, celebrities lived in a world apart, insulated by money, status, and influence. But today, that wall is crumbling. Social media exposes everything. Public opinion moves faster than any PR firm, and audiences no longer idolize blindly. They question, investigate, and demand accountability. In this new era, power isn't about how rich or famous you are. It's about how transparent, responsible, and real you're willing to be. Because fame used to be about distance, the unreachable dream. Now it's about relatability, the truth beneath the surface, and that truth can be brutal. The world watched as Diddy's empire fell, not because of rumors, but because of proof. It applauded Billie Eilish not for her music, but for her courage to speak in a room full of power. And it scrutinized Alec Baldwin not as an actor, but as a man facing the consequences of a fatal mistake. In each case, we see the same thing: the collapse of illusion, the realization that behind every glamorous photo and every red carpet, there's still a human being, flawed, scared, and sometimes guilty. And maybe that's the real story here, that the age of invincible celebrities is ending, and the age of accountability has begun. Power fades, fame crumbles, but truth always finds a way through. From Diddy's prison yard to Billie's defiant stage to Baldwin's courtroom, these stories remind us that no one is beyond consequence. Fame might amplify you, but it also exposes you. And in a world that watches everything, the mask can't stay on forever. The future of celebrity isn't built on perfection. It's built on honesty, because the audience has changed. We don't just want idols anymore. We want truth. And as long as the world keeps watching, that truth, no matter how painful, how scandalous, or how shocking, will always come out.